If you're a heating, air conditioning technician, or even a salesperson, what's a mistake that you could make that can lose deals for you and you don't even know it? This is an important question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. So here's the thing. This mistake can cost you a ton of deals, and without even knowing and somebody telling you like, hey, you're causing this problem or you're causing this issue, it is a huge issue. So I was struggling at one point, let's say 2009, 2010, because I can remember the sales manager. And we run the sales call, and this guy's talking to me about stand-up comedy, which is something that I absolutely love. Love stand-up comedy, right? At one point I did a bunch of stand-up, did a bunch of improv. And so this guy starts talking, and he says, hey, the stand-up process, the stand-up event. And I go, oh, you mean a set? And the guy kind of like cringed for a second and then backed off. And I remember that mark that I was like, I don't know exactly what I did, but it caused some problems. So we get to the vehicle, and the sales manager was like, hey, Scott, do you remember that point where you were talking about stand-up comedy and you were super interested in it? He said, like, look, what you need to know is, here's the mistake that you made. You know too much. You know too much. And sometimes you just got to let people be right. Whether they are not right or whether they're right, you just got to let them be right. Unless it's a material fact against your sales process, it's going to probably cause you problems in the future, right? Your need to constantly correct people is costing you sales and costing you deals. And I think about that when I work with salespeople, when I work with entrepreneurs. Do you have a need to correct the person that you're talking to? And is it costing you deals? And this is why you should join my email list. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not on the YouTube channel. One of the places to look at is when you hit a sales slump is, are you correcting people when they're having a conversation with you or asking a question? Are you being too aggressive? And the answer could be yes. And everybody's got different reasons for sales slumps, and there's not a one-size-fits-all approach. But if you have a lot of knowledge about a subject and you're building rapport and you're having a conversation, and the person that you're talking to starts talking about something that you're knowledgeable about, you have to be very careful, because one, you can steal their thunder. Two, you can have better content, you can have better tools, you can have better items than somebody else. Like, I have 3,500 records in my living room, right? Or dining room. I've got three Technic 1200 turntables, and I've got an old school Pioneer mixer. So like, if we start having a conversation about DJing and house music, I can get super excited, and my conversation can go all the way up here, and the prospect's conversation was all the way down here. And I can go into full-on correction mode. So if you know a lot about a topic that you're building rapport on, sometimes you need to let your client win. Sometimes you need to let them be more important than you. And especially if you're struggling in sales, because it's easier to talk about the things that you want to build rapport about than your product, your service, asking for the sale, talking about the benefits, talking about the key features. So realize that as a salesperson, you can cause yourself a ton of problems by knowing too much, going too deep into conversation, and last of all, correcting the person that you're selling your product, your widget, your gizmo to. And it just makes them uncomfortable, and it makes them feel like, well, why are you here? Are we here to talk about you? I wanted to feel good about myself for a few minutes, right? There is a power that happens and an emotion that happens for people when they're making a buying process or in a buying process that makes them feel special. There you go. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send a video, you'll get an update. 2, if this is social media, hit follow. Or 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.